Hey, this is Robbie from Clanton, Alabama, and you're listening to the Delta Park Project.
That's right. It's episode 73.
This week on the Delta Park Project, we discover our favorite movie so far this year, find out where it's illegal to eat chicken with a fork, and it's a pet song showdown. There's this one.
Kitty, Priscilla, Kitty, Priscilla.
And one you've just got to hear to believe. Plus, mad foul in the triumphant return of Hometown News.
It's time for the show.
Are your hosts, Jason and Anna.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the big show. This is episode 73 of everyone's favorite pop culture podcast. I'm Jason.
And I'm Anna.
Anna who?
Anna, you know what? Anna who is 10 pounds lighter.
Get off my foot. Are you serious?
3 weeks with my trainer 2 times a week, and I lost 10 pounds.
Let me see. Who are you?
I don't feel thinner.
You don't?
I just was surprised to see the scale. But now this week, 3 times a week, we're stepping it up a notch. I'm going to be dead on Friday.
Which means it's more expensive. So if anyone in the Portland area would like a personal trainer, if Anna refers you, she gets 4 sessions for free.
So
just email
me.
her. Anna at deltaparkproject.com.
And he rocks, though, you guys. Seriously, 10 pounds in 3 weeks? That's awesome.
That is true.
It wasn't easy.
No.
but it was fast.
I've heard all about it. Yeah. All your whining. And
my inability to walk at one point.
we refinanced our house this week, and right before it, he had her doing these wrist exercises, and then Anna's like, oh my God, I have to go sign paperwork. I can't sign paperwork.
And did you see my signature by the end? It was really bad. It was like an X.
X. Thank you very much. But you know what we did this weekend? We blew the roof off. We got caught up.
Yeah.
Is what we did on pop culture, because we hadn't been to movies in a while, because
there was nothing good out.
We hadn't been in Portland in a while.
Yeah, that's true.
So we went to 3 movies. So we're going to give you 3 one-minute movie reviews.
Oh, I forgot about that second one.
Which one? Oh, you did?
Whoops.
Do you have any? Well, good, because I've got some notes on it.
Okay.
So you can help me out. Or I can help you. Or, hey.
Okay, first we went to see Inside Man, which is a Spike Lee movie.
Joint.
A Spike Lee joint. With Jodie Foster, Denzel Washington, and Clive Owen.
Yes. I liked it. I mean, it is. I guess it's your run-of-the-mill bank heist. Except it's not really run-of-the-mill. I mean, it's, well, you know what I'm saying?
Way to put it there.
Because it's, here's what I think. It's an average heist movie with great actors and a great script.
Yeah.
Because the whole, other heist movies have blown me away, or maybe, oh, that's clever. But that's not really the point, I don't think, of this movie.
No, it's not.
And it also had Christopher Plummer in it, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, playing a role very opposite of the role that he played in The Sound of Music.
Yes. So the whole gist of this, and I'm not going to ruin it for you, but they did it. Is it's I guess the whole pacing of them. Here's what I'm trying to say: is
it's Spike Lee movie.
I loved the little nuances that made it real. The script is very good. The dialogue is very good. It's very real feeling. Denzel Washington at one point is giving his talk, and he coughs in the middle of it. And they didn't retake. They just kept it, and it kept it very real. At the end, Christopher Plummer is he's throwing a checkbook, and he throws it, and it's supposed to obviously stay on the table, but it falls off, and he just goes with it, and they kept it in, and it just is kind of a very, makes you feel, I don't know.
Real.
It was cool.
Yeah, I like the dialogue too. I like the lack of intensity. It wasn't like intense.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't one of those movies where you're like, oh my God, are they going to get caught or whatever. It was
very low key.
Yeah, it was totally low key. But and the only thing I didn't like about it, well, I didn't like all the handheld camera work. Oh my God, I was going to be sick. I don't do well with that. But also, I thought that this movie was quite forgettable.
It's true.
It is quite forgettable.
I won't remember it.
I walked out and I was like, yeah, that was good.
In 6 months, someone will ask me if I saw it, and I'll be like, I don't remember.
And then the next day we saw a movie, and that blew it out of the water. It reminded me of 2 different ways that I just spent 2 hours.
Right.
On Saturday, I spent 2. I spent 2 hours. That's what I did. And this one, I was totally entertained. And anyway, we'll get to that other movie in a minute.
Yeah.
But
okay, so what do you give it? I give it a B-. I guess.
I give it a solid. Yeah, I give it a B-.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
9 Lives.
Yeah.
So this was highly recommended by Roger Ebert. It was on his I don't know if it was on his top 10 or not, but it was in his. He mentioned it in his end of the year. It's sort of like it's one of those movies that this one happens to be 9 vignettes of very different women, and all of them sort of interconnect. So it's kind of like Crash, I guess, or
they sort of connect.
I guess they just have characters that overlap.
Some do.
And you're supposed to see how that happens. I like any movie that uses continuous shots, and so each of the 9 vignettes is one solid shot, and I think it's great whenever a director decides to be bold enough to do that.
Because it really lets the actors act.
Yeah, and it's really cool. They were good performances by great actresses, and so I'll say that. And it was kind of long, and it was kind of hard to get into each vignette because you just sort of pick up mid conversation or mid scene or mid point in their life. There's enough information that throughout the scene you finally kind of piece together what's going on, but you have to do that 9 times, and it gets a little bit old by the time you get to the end, I think.
I agree with everything you say, except my problem is that I just thought it was boring.
Oh.
I was totally bored. It's one of those movies where they try to make it so real, so nothing terribly remarkable happens to anyone. And I'm like, you know what? My life is not that exciting. That's why I go to a movie, or I go to a movie to be entertained or wowed or whatever. And so I was just like, why did you put that on the screen? That's not interesting at all. So that was my problem. That was totally unintelligent to say on my part, but I just thought it was boring.
That's how you felt. I guess I thought
it was boring.
That's a fine review.
So the third movie we saw this weekend, and hopefully we're not boring you guys, but it was the best movie of the weekend. Best movie I've seen in a long time.
You guys are going to love this movie.
It's called Thank You for Smoking, and it was a hit at Sundance. It has Robert Duvall, and I don't know who that lead character guy was.
Wasn't Rob Lowe.
It does have Rob Lowe, but it has Adam Brody from the OC and
William
Katie
H.
Holmes,
Macy.
William H. Macy.
Oh, right, I was supposed to do this. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So it had Katie Holmes.
She plays a slut of all things.
Yeah. Anyway, the movie was great. Oh my God. I don't have anything wrong with it. I have no dislikes at all. I liked everything. My favorite part about the whole movie was how it made me feel about the character, the main character, who is a despicable, horrible man. And I am rooting for him at the end of that movie.
Yeah.
It was so funny. But the movie, the lead character is a lobbyist for the cigarette industry. And I mean, what a horrible job.
And it's great because
he's so great.
We're introduced to his son, and he sort of is sort of explaining himself to his son. And it's sort of like, I'm bad. Well, he just understands what he is, and he accepts it, and he goes forward.
He can live with it.
And he goes, if you're a lawyer and you had to defend someone who killed children, would you do it? Would you think that they have a fair they deserve to have a fair trial? And so the son kind of understands it, and then he sort of like is teaching the son about how to get what he wants. He's like, it's not a negotiation, it's an argument.
Yeah.
And so so then the kid is like manipulating his mother and
his teacher,
and the whole nemesis here is that William H. Macy plays a senator from Vermont who is like anti-smoking, and he wants to put this big poison, skull and crossbones label on the package of cigarettes. And so then finally the climax, there's their big interaction at the hearing, and it's just great. And the other things that I liked were the supporting characters. His best friends in the world are the lobbyists for firearms and for alcohol. So they just sit around and they chat about, I killed this many people in a year.
They're the mod squad.
It's very funny. And Katie Holmes plays a journalist who sleeps with him to get the story, and then how he gets back at her, I thought was pretty funny. And
yeah, it was good. It basically just shows the spin, how people spin the criticism or the topic away from them and point it at somebody else. And then I thought it also took some pretty big shots at the media for being puppets to the spinsters. Like when he was on Dennis Miller's show.
Right.
This guy's like posing questions to the senator that are, totally off the point. And Dennis Miller's like, yeah, Senator, what about blah, blah, blah. And you see that every day. And it wasn't unrealistic at all. It was so...
Right. And the whole thing, he starts out, the opening scene to the movie is he's on the Joan London show, and he's representing the, cigarette company, but then there's Cancer Boy, and there's like the Lung Association,
and the Heart Association.
And he comes out and just like totally bats them all down. Very, very funny.
Movie.
The movie's in limited release right now, but when it comes out to full release in your town, you have to go see it.
It's good stuff.
Plus. So let's play some music. We've been chatting it up for almost 10 minutes here. I want to play Superman, the theme from Scrubs by The Blanks, Ted's band. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go.
No, 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 I can't do it. No, 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 no. Out the door, just in time. Head down the 405. Gotta meet the new boss by 8 a.m. The phone rings in the car. The wife is working hard. She's running late tonight again. Well, I know what I've been told. You gotta work to feed the soul. But I can't do this all on my own. No, I know I'm no Superman. No, 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 no. I'm no Superman. No, 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 no. You've got your love online. You think you're doing fine, but you're just plugged into the wall. And that deck of tarot cards won't get you very far. There ain't no hand to break your fall. Well, I know what I've been told. You gotta know just when to fold. But I can't do this all on my own. No, I know I'm no Superman. No, 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 no. I'm no Superman. No, 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 no. That's right. You've crossed the finish line, won the race but lost your mind. Was it worth it after all? He can't do it. I need you here with me, 'cause love is all we need. Just take a hold of the hand that breaks the fall. Well, I know what I've been told. Gotta break free to break the mold. But I can't do this all on my own. No, I can't do this all on my own. No, I know that I'm no Superman.
So that is Ted's band from Scrubs. Actually, they're called The Blanks, and they have a CD. And that was great. No instruments in that, by the way. That's all their own poop-a-doop-a-doop. Hello. Hello, Anna.
Their own poop-a-doop-a-doop.
If you want to pick up that CD, there will be a link over at deltaparkproject.com. So, a little thing going on right now with super fans. Sent out the email newsletter over the weekend, and that was okay. But what we're doing right now is Podcast Alley. Okay, we have enough super fans now, and you who aren't, that we could actually get into the top 10. And so I sent out a thing today just saying I hate Podcast Alley because it's not about the quality of the show. It's really about how voracious. What's the word I want?
You had it first time.
Oh, cool. The fans are about voting, because really crappy shows can get into the top 50 really easily. So anyway, send out an email today and have a lot of people vote. And I promised that we'd have a special surprise, which we'll get to in a little bit, if we had a lot of votes. So far, the first day, we broke 100 votes out of 600, not bad. And people are actually leaving some pretty funny comments, so I wanted to read 2 of them. Also, and if you do want to vote, go to deltaparkproject.com. There's a little podcast alley chicklet, and also there's a little thing that says vote for us that you can click on. It's really easy. You just put your email address in and then verify it. The first one says, funny show by average funny people.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means, but that was Superfan Joe. And then the other one is, Delta Park Project is the bright spot of my week, and I really have an exciting life. So that's saying a lot. By Superfan Greg, who is our neighbor over in Tualatin.
Tualatin.
So, hi, Greg.
That's good. Good stuff.
Okay. This is becoming my new favorite segment on the show. Let's just let them introduce it.
Hey, Jason and Anna. This is Superfan David from Bellevue, Washington. I was just listening to episode 71. Apparently, I'm about a week behind. And was listening to the caller that called in about the animal songs. And it kind of reminded me of something that I do for my cat. I don't really have a song for her, but when I'm wandering around the house, anytime I see her laying around or something, I just shout at her. I shout, "Kitty!" And sometimes if I'm feeling sing-songy, I'll sing it like, "Kitty!" Or sometimes I'll even actually call her, shout out her name or sing her name, which is Priscilla. So that's just something kind of crazy I do. And there was something else. Oh, man, and now I've forgotten it. Anyway, I'm looking forward to episode 72, which I've already downloaded and just have yet to listen to because I suck and I'm that far behind. So keep up the good work, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Dave. Which brings up a good point. If you guys miss a show, you don't have to listen to each one because obviously they're topical. So if you miss one and you want to get caught up, just listen to the most recent one next.
Yep.
Here's Brad with his pet song.
Hi, my name is Brad, and I was listening to episode 71 where you were talking about songs that you sing to your pets. Well, I used to have a little puppy named Popper, and I would sing to him all the time, like at nap time and nighttime and stuff. And I haven't sang it in a few years, but it went a little something like this. You stupid little doggy, I will crush your brains. You crept all over the carpet and now it's all stained. You look so goddamn cute that I could eat you up. In fact, get in the oven, I'm gonna cook you up. And yeah, I forget how the chorus went, but that was the song I sang to Popper before he had his little accident and we lost him. And by the way, I have a podcast here in Oregon, too. It's called The Phone Losers of America, and you can listen to it at phonelosers.org/radio. Thanks for the great show, John. I really enjoy listening.
No problem. Oh, I have tears in my eyes.
Oh, God, that was good. We were laughing because we knew it was coming. We heard that one before.
I got home from work. I listened to that today. I laughed and laughed.
That's awesome. We might have to play that again sometime.
I'm going to play it again at the end of the show after the credits, so if you want to hear it again. Or you can rewind, for crying out loud.
Man, that was good stuff.
So if you have a pet song, please call our voicemail hotline at 120-620-DELTA and sing it loud, sing it proud. Oh, boy.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me?
We are now entertained. Where do I go?
And now, from Studio B in Savannah, Georgia, here's Lee.
Hey, Lee. Hey, Lee.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Lee.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
Oh.
Tell us about...
Party.
We want to know not Anna and I necessarily, but we got an email from this guy who says that you're the favorite part of our show, and so yeah. Do you have anything for us this week?
He's my stalker. Yeah. I love my stalker, and if he would just please keep it up, then I'll finally rise to the level of prominence that I deserve. So keep it up, stalker guy. That's awesome.
So what's new?
So new music releases this week. There's really only one to talk about, and that's the new Flaming Lips album, At War with the Mystics. This is the first Flaming Lips record in almost 4 years, and it's a little bit different than the last couple, so they're taking a diversion. And Jason, you may want to play a little bit of the Yeah, Yeah, Yeah song.
How about right here?
That'd be awesome. Do you have the key up?
Oh, yeah, it's going right. Can't you hear it?
No.
This is a professional broadcast.
Yeah. No, it's playing right now. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Listen to that funky beat.
Are you drinking a mint julep?
I am not. I have a glass of water with ice in it.
Oh, good enough.
If you could make everybody poor, just so you could be rich, would you do it? If you could watch everybody work while you just lay on your back, would you do it? If you could take all the love without giving any back, would you do it? And so we can all know ourselves.
Okay, so there was the music.
Oh, great. Yeah, and we're back. So, At War of the Mystics, new Flaming Lips record. Again, it's a little bit different than Yoshimi versus Pink Robots or The Soft Bulletin, which is my favorite Flaming Lips record, but it's still definitely worth your hard-earned CD or iTunes money. So go check it out. It's a big variety of music. Of course, the Flaming Lips are famous for doing that and for having people dress in animal costumes and jump up and down to their shows. So if you do buy the record, be sure to catch them on the road as well because they're a great live show.
Cool.
Now I have a question about the Yeah, Yeah, Yeah song. Does that have anything to do with that band called the Yeah, Yeah, Yeahs, or no?
No.
Okay.
No, just a coincidence.
Was that good? No.
No.
That wasn't actually even a very good question. No.
Every time I hear it, I think of that band.
I do too, and I totally get it. So
Lee,
no.
I know that you're not necessarily a culture or a country music connoisseur, but what can you tell me about Norah Jones and the Little Willies? Is that her new band because she's pregnant with Willie Nelson's love child, or do you know?
I do know of the Little Willies. I do know that that she's performing with them. When I was in Austin with you, I saw that they were on the roster for South by Southwest coming up that week. I do not know why they are called the Little Willies, but yes, we will start the rumor right here and now that it is because she's carrying Willie Nelson's love child. I'm positive that's the fact.
Good. And Anna wanted to ask you about Daniel Powder.
Oh, yeah, what do you think about that Daniel Powder song they always play on American Idol?
You had a bad day, you take one down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around, you say you don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I suppose I know the one you're talking about, even though I don't watch American Idol.
It's that Bad Day song.
Right, and that Comcast loves to pimp to me as well on their website.
Oh, yeah.
It's harmless, it's just sing-songy radio pop. So, it's fine. I don't want to kill him. I don't want to say mean things about his kids, but I'm not going to go buy it.
All right. Thanks.
Highest possible recommendation for Daniel Powder there.
Your stalker's going to be so proud.
Good. I'm back.
That's all we got for you, Lee. So if you don't have anything else, we're going to close up the 2 minutes with Lee mailbag.
Good. Thanks, guys. Rock and roll.
Okay, talk to you later.
Hey, Jason and Anna. This is Eric from San Diego. I've been a listener for a long time, but there was a couple-month period there where I wasn't able to listen to any podcast. And when I came back to your guys' show, I noticed that you guys don't do the hometown news anymore, and I was very disappointed because I come from a small town, even though it's in California, and I loved all the quirky stories. So did I miss something? Did we axe it, or have we just not had any news because the town is that small? So, love the show. Keep it up. Talk to you later.
Almost live, local, and late breaking. From your hokey-ass news leader, this is Hometown News. Coming to you live from the Delta Park Project Studios. Here are Jason and Anna.
You asked.
The much-awaited hometown news. Here's what's happening in my hometown of Kalispell, Montana, as reported in the Law Roundup section of the local paper. I'm reading it word for word, people. Size apparently does not matter. 2 wiener dogs chased some horses in the Lost Creek Drive area Sunday morning, the Flathead County Sheriff's Office reported. A Kalispell husband and wife, both 25, were arrested for hitting each other in the Fat Boys parking lot. On Sunday morning, someone drove away from the town pump without paying for $7.86 worth of gas. And finally, Angry Geese bit and harassed customers Tuesday at the town pump.
They must have been Canadian geese. Damn out-of-towners.
Yeah, right.
So, hometown news. What happened to Hometown News, Anna?
Oh, the guy who used to write the crime blotter for the Daily Interlake newspaper doesn't work there anymore, and he was the one who thinks the news is so funny that he would just do it all tongue-in-cheek. And so he and another person did it, and that other person just only does it very occasionally now. So that's why.
But we promised everyone that went to vote for us at Podcast Alley that we would have 2 weeks of Hometown News, so we will have more next week.
Yep.
So, pretty excited.
Let's go to the phone lines for some listener feedback.
Hey, Jason and Anna, this is Chris in Portland. I just got off a plane and was in my rental car and had episode 72 playing, which I was listening to, and pretty good episode. I enjoyed the Amelie games, and I just wanted to comment because I was listening to it, and I thought it was interesting. I listened to the second one, and I was agreeing with everything, and then he ended with, I didn't like last week's Amelie game, and I was trying to go through my head. I said, what was last week's Amelie game? And then I realized he was talking about me, and that kind of made me sad.
The 4 words.
But everything else about the episode made me pretty happy, so I guess it washes in the end. But the reason I was calling is you wanted to know where they said the word specifically, and you were going to venture some guesses. So I figured I'd give you a little hint of where that was. I read some trivia on this state. The state that I was in is home to the chicken capital of the world, which in this state capital, it is illegal to eat chicken with a fork. Don't really know if that's true, but I thought I was kind of interested, and I was going to see if you could venture a guess at where the word specifically is said. Have a great week. Bye.
It's funny because I Googled the hell out of it, and I found out. And we lived there for 3 years, but I'd never heard...
Savannah?
No, it's Gainesville.
Gainesville, Georgia.
Yeah.
He was in Gainesville, Georgia?
I guess so.
Where is that?
I think it's more southeast.
Oh.
I think. Is it over by Albany, maybe?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Anyway, so I had to Google, and then I found out that in Gainesville, the chicken capital of the world, it's illegal to eat chicken with a fork. And I always thought Georgia was the peach capital of the world, not necessarily the chicken capital of the world. Although, what was the chicken that we always had?
Claxton.
Yeah, Claxton chickens.
Yeah, and we had there was a fire at the Claxton chicken plant one time, and one of our reporters had to go down there and cover it, and she was really grossed out. She threw out the clothes that she wore.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty gross. Gainesville. Okay. I don't know where that is still.
Isn't that where, who was the girl... that was the tech at the TV station, and she was Angel, and she went to Gainesville into college.
I don't know.
Anyway, hey, let's play Pop Culture Trivia Pursuit and get the hell out of here. You ready?
Yep.
We needed an opener, an intro for Pop Culture Trivial Pursuit. By the way, if you want to buy this and play at home, this is the Trivial Pursuit DVD Pop Culture 2 game that we're playing. It comes with a DVD, but we've never even opened it.
The DVD. Yeah. I don't even know how it works.
Are you ready?
Yep.
What CBS series centers on the only woman on the Philadelphia Police Department's homicide squad? You have to guess.
Cold Case.
Yes, very good. Now's when you ask me a question.
Oh.
Welcome to the game, Anna.
Gainesville is north of Atlanta. I just know Lee is going to call in and tell us where it is, so I just wanted to straighten that out. Okay. Who was the only one of the 6 main characters on Friends to stay unmarried for the entire season?
Joey.
Right.
Thank you very much. Who died in 1994 shortly after telling Rolling Stone, "I'm a much happier guy than a lot of people think I am"?
Well, that would probably be Nirvana lead man.
He is?
Who shot him? Kurt Cobain.
Oh, very good.
Lee, turning off the show right now. What dancer leapt at the chance to play artist Alexander Petrovsky on Sex and the City? The look on your face.
I don't know.
Mikhail Baryshnikov.
Oh, okay. What Leonardo DiCaprio line did a poll of Britons decree to be the cheesiest in movie history?
Leonardo DiCaprio line?
Yeah.
I'm the king of the world.
Yes.
Okay. What spoof features a porn star turned folk singer who once made a film called Not So Tiny Tim?
Do I know this?
Folk singer. Spoof.
Folk singers.
2 keywords.
Will Ferrell?
No. What movie?
Movie. Folk singer.
Spoof.
Oh, A Mighty Wind.
Yeah, there you go.
What talk show host stunned her fans in 1995 by revealing on air that she'd tried crack cocaine in her 20s? It's not
Rosie?
Ricky Lake. Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. What Billy Bob Thornton film was hyped with the ad line, "He doesn't care if you're naughty or nice"?
Bad Santa.
Yeah. Did you guys ever see that movie? It's so bad.
It's not safe for work.
No.
What Emmy-winning thespian continued filming Sopranos episodes while being treated for cancer in 2003?
Edie Falco.
Yes.
And I had a really good one for you.
It's your last one.
Lost it. I lost. Hang on.
Oh, you should look at the answer side. It's easier to find it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm a genius.
You're very smart. Say something. Oh, there it is. Okay. What step dancer broke his own Guinness World's Fastest Feet record in 1975 at 35 taps per second?
Oh, Gregory Hines.
What step dancer?
Oh, George Michael.
The Lord.
Oh, the Lord of the Dance. It's Michael Flatley.
Good one.
And finally for you, you're a big fan of this show, so you should know this. Who did the Drifter defended by Monica on the Touched by an Angel series finale turn out to be?
The devil?
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Hey, you had a 50-50 chance there. Let's quickly go through Superfan birthdays. We forgot to do it last week, and then we're going to be out of here. Happy birthday to Sean in Philadelphia, PA.
And Forrest in Menlo Park, California.
Tariq in Slough, UK.
Jim Bridges in Sweden.
Yeah. How do you say that, Jim? Samantha in Brooklyn, New York.
Chris in Portland.
Do you think that's Chicken Chris? Robbie West, everyone's favorite, from Clanton, Alabama.
Oslam, I'm not even going to try and say your last name, from Stirling, UK.
Scott from Salt Lake.
Eskild, why did I get the hard ones? From Norway.
And Lori from Portland.
And Aaron from Oakland.
All right, and that is everything. If you'd like to get your birthday read on the show, you can go become a super fan over at DeltaParkProject.com. That is everything for The Big Show, episode 73. Thanks for checking us out. I am Jason.
And I'm Anna. Seacrest out.
Woohoo! You've just listened to the Delta Park Project with your hosts, Jason and Anna. Delta Park Project is a pop culture podcast produced each week in Beaverton, Oregon. Be part of the show. Call the voicemail hotline 1-206-20-DELTA or send an email to hangry@gmail.com. To find links for everything mentioned in this show, go to our website at deltaparkproject.com.
Hi, my name's Brad, and I was listening to episode 71 where you were talking about songs that you sing to your pets. Well, I used to have a little puppy named Popper, and I would sing to him all the time, like at nap time and nighttime and stuff. And I haven't sang it in a few years, but it went a little something like this. You stupid little doggy, I will crush your brains!
You crapped all over the carpet and now it's all stained. You look so goddamn cute that I could eat you up. In fact, get in the oven, I'm gonna cook you up.
And yeah, I forget how the chorus went, but that was the song I sang to Popper before he had his little accident and we lost him. And by the way, I have a podcast here in Oregon, too. It's called The Phone Losers of America, and you can listen to it at phonelosers.org/radio. Thanks for the great show, John. I really enjoy listening.